Okay, let's look at number 3. We're asked to simplify this expression. I don't know about you, but personally I prefer to see this written as an actual numerator and denominator. It helps me to see what's happening. That's supposed to be a 1/2. Sorry for this pen. So I would recommend go ahead and writing it, stacking it with a numerator and denominator, and now we're going to use properties of exponents. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. We have x to the negative 2 and x to the half. So since we're dividing exponents with the same base, exponential expressions with the same base, we subtract the exponents. So it's going to be x to the negative 5/2 or negative 2.5, and then y cubed over y to the negative 2. We're going to again subtract exponents, so that's going to be y to the 3 minus negative 2, which is positive 5. So this is one version of the answer. However, it's not the one we see here. So when I was actually doing this problem, I wrote this as 2y to the 5th over x to the 5/2, and so I chose D, and then found out that I got it marked wrong, and checked my work, couldn't find why it was wrong, and part C they were telling me was the answer. So I actually contacted the people who wrote this test and asked them why choice D was not correct. So you'll notice that choice C is actually an equivalent answer, except rather than having x to the 5/2 in the denominator, they split it up so that we had x cubed, and then they left an x to the half in the numerator. And I asked them why this version was better, and they said that they didn't want, so they wanted to have no fractional exponents in the denominator. So this is one of these things that I think most mathematicians would agree they don't really care about anymore. But we used to not like fractional exponents in the denominator because that would mean we'd have a radical in the denominator. And radicals in the denominator we usually would rationalize, right? So we would rationalize this to try to make this have no more radicals in the denominator. So this is technically the better version of something that looks like this. So for that, with using that logic, choice C does fit that criteria and is the better form and is the correct answer. I'm sort of annoyed by this choice here because this choice to me is actually a better looking and more simplified answer in my opinion. But I guess if you're trying to follow the rule that you don't want fractional exponents in the denominator, then you have to go with choice C. So this is just a matter of making sure you know what the Praxis II is looking for. And I assume that since the people who wrote this exam, I assume they know the Praxis II better than I do. And so I guess this is a convention you have to be aware of, that you don't want to leave any answers with fractional exponents in the denominator.